You lying bastard. You told me you wanted to see your tailor, but alas, you went to your brother's house? Really? Does that guy even go to church?
Danny bought a gun. Not so good, Dr. Teddy. I have been having this persistent headache for the past months. I am so stressed as it is.
Have you been taking your medications?
I have. But at times, they don't seem to be working.
That's quite understandable. You see, naturally, stress is the body's ultimate reaction to treacherous circumstances in which a person feels vulnerable or is under duress. And medically speaking, this can be fatal in most cases. The awful reality is that everyone encounters stress. However, every individual experiences stress differently, and how a person feels hinges on their inborn character, experiences, social and economic state of affairs. And from the way I see it, perhaps you need rest cure.
Rest cure? What does that mean?
It means you have to be in bed for most of the time, either here in hospital or at home. This rest should be accompanied by massage and good dieting. But this is voluntary. It allows an ailment to heal.
I hope you understand my ailment is no one else but my husband. So, your rest cure cannot be successfully done in my house. Unfortunately, lying in a hospital bed is not my thing.
Hospital is nobody's thing, but it's something we mortals cannot totally avoid. However, if you feel this way about hospitals, I will suggest you do this in your brother or sister's home. Alternatively, you could check into an hotel and be there for a while. You see, madam, I just don't want to keep prescribing medications to you, because they will definitely have an adverse effects on your health in time to come.
Well, I will think about this option, but I doubt it will work for me. But Dr. Teddy, what else can you prescribe for this headache? It's killing me.
MOH. It stands for medication overuse headaches, which is also called rebound headaches. These are caused by a prolonged use of medicines to treat headaches. It is part of what I'm attempting to not want you experience, madam. You see, beyond rest cure, I think a long, hot shower, or ice packs may be all that is needed to mitigate a tension-type headache. On this note, I'm afraid I cannot prescribe further medications to you.
In that case, I have to be on my way. And thanks for your time, Dr. Teddy.
Anytime, ma'am. And have a good day.
And where do you think you are coming from?
From the doctor's office. I told you.
Doctor's office dressed like this? And who's the doctor?
Dr. Teddy.
A male doctor, and you went there half naked? How many times have I warned you to stop wearing those rags you called clothes? And that jeweler on your arm from hell? Listen, this is going to be the last time I'm warning you about these things. You must have to stop.
I've heard you, sir. But I need to rest now.
Rest? Does it look like I or the children have had lunch?
Oh, sorry. I will quickly make something for you guys.
And how about you? Did the doctor give you lunch?
I'm fine. I'm not hungry.
Suit yourself. And just a quick reminder, the lawyer will be here around this time tomorrow. So, be sure to stick around.
Your new office is wonderful. Congratulations. Oh, I give all the glory to God. So, when is Danny returning from his business trip? Do I know? He doesn't usually give all the details. And come to think of it, what are you wearing these days? You look like someone from the 19th century. Is this part of what Danny and his lawyer made you sign? As a matter of fact, it is. And you know, I have to go with whatever he says for the sake of my children. I do not, and will not agree with you on this one. Come on, you couldn't even inform your siblings before this time? I think that is the least of my worries. I'd be worried about the fact that I and my children could not even see my mother, their grandmother, who Danny calls a witch, or attend any family function. Not birthdays, not weddings, not burials, and so on. This is absolutely insanity on another level. So, you have not gone to see your mother in the hospital yet? I don't know what to say anymore, but I think you're part of the problem. I mean, it's not as if Danny is the all-knowing, all-seeing God. He's not around as we speak, so I don't think I know what is keeping you from quickly going to the hospital to see your ailing mother. So, even you, my only friend, think I'm the problem. Don't try to quote me out of context, May. I say you are part of the problem, not the problem. I mean, I'm looking at this whole scenario from a selfish point of view. If you love your family, your mother, there's no way you cannot make that singular effort to pay her a visit, and damn the consequences. Look, I'm not trying to trivialize your situation. It's horrifying, but again, we have to make a sacrifice sometimes. So you think I'm selfish? You know what, you can think whatever you like. But the truth is, you and Danny can choose to wear your 19th century clothes, and deny yourselves the world, but family is where the blood runs the thickest. Have that in mind. Well, I have to go. Sorry I bothered you this much. You didn't bother me at all, May. Just that sometimes, we just have to speak the truth. You've been in this strangulating marriage far too long, and it's high time either you or your siblings did something to help you, and of course, your children. Feel free to come to me anytime. I will always remain your friend as long as you don't bite the relationship off.
Mom, how are you today?
I'm feeling like death already, my son.
Don't say that, Mom. I believe the procedures would be a success in the end.
You think so? Well, your brother, Lance, was here earlier. Did he say anything to you pertaining to your sister, May?
Not quite. But I would endeavor to see him once I leave here.
Please do. I'm sincerely afraid for my daughter.
I will. But first of all, I have to see the doctor. She requested my attention.
Is everything okay?
I'm sure it's concerning you, and perhaps how we can go forward. It's not something to worry about, Mom. Is there any way to avoid the surgical procedures? What was the name of that thing again?
Hiatal hernia. Fortunately, these hernias are in fact treatable these days. However, the treatment will depend on the nature and the symptoms of the hernia. Sadly, in most severe cases, like your mother's situation, surgery may be needed to repair the hernia.
Quite an explanation. So, how soon can this be done?
Well, we've carried out the necessary tests, so your mother is good to go by next week.
That's awesome. Is there anything I need to do before the surgery?
Not that I can think of for now. But it is usually rewarding for families to gather around patient and wish him or her good luck. Christians would normally pray in this situation. Aside this, your mother is ready for the procedures.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lee. I shall be on my way.
You are welcome. Good day.
Hey boy, please come here. Good evening, sir. Sorry, the guy that just went inside the pub with lady, do you by any chance know him? No. But my boss often calls him Danny boy. So, he comes here often? Not quite. Do you know the name of the lady with him? You mean his wife? No. I'm afraid I have go now. Yes. Thank you. Why ain't you saying anything? What's the matter? Danny has got another wife. He drinks alcohol too. Can you imagine? That guy is leading a double life. What a bloody hypocrite. Danny? How come? And who told you? I saw him at Joe's Corner with a lady. An African perhaps. And how is seeing Danny with a lady makes her his wife? She could be his girlfriend, you know. Can you not see how that sounds already? Danny the Messiah seen with a girlfriend, or a second wife. Well, I won't try to believe your story in haste. But if it turns out to be true, then Danny is in for a terrible ride with me especially. And by the way, did you hear he made May sign some documents aimed at silencing and keeping her away from us further? I heard. But quite frankly, May is not fluid enough for us to assist in this case scenario. I know, but we still have to stick out our heads for her. She's our only sister. Please let's not allow that narcissist man get on top of the game. That aside, about Mom's surgery, are we really ready for it? I'm not a medical doctor, but I can only say the surgery is necessary. Mom has suffered enough. I wish there was other better options. Mom, you made it. Thank God. I am so happy right now I could drink 1,000 beers. How are you feeling?
I'm so glad to be alive, my son. Have you been in touch with your sister?
Don't worry yourself, Mom. May is fine. In fact, we are working on something legally speaking, to free her from that madhouse.
I'm sure God has not abandoned us.
That is true. But anyway, I have to go and see Gabby. He's been texting and calling on the phone. I would be here tomorrow to take you home.
Thank you, my son.
Oh, you are here. Yeah, but what's the problem about? Did you not see the news? What news? Danny. What with Danny? Auto accident. Last night. He died on the spot. What? There was a woman and a 6-year-old boy in the car with him. They survived with life-threatening injuries. The police have identified the woman, named Clara, as Danny's wife. This is definitely a big and sad news to me. So, where is May at this point? She must be devastated. She is. Actually, she has gone to identify the body. As the first wife, right? Do you have a hand in this? Why would you even say that? The guy was leading a deceitful life, and it caught up with him. Do you know what it's called? Karma. So, put your suspicion to rest, dear brother. Lance, I know you so well, and what you are capable of. I just hope you didn't do this one. Actually, I was planning something similar, but I didn't do this. Perhaps divine providence stopped me from committing a mortal sin, and ultimately freed my sister from bondage. Well, I rest my case. We just have to sit back and watch how the whole secret marriage thing will play out.
I'm so sorry for your loss, my daughter. Thank you. Mom, I want to apologize for all my wrongs towards you and this family. There is no need for apologies. I have always prayed for you and Danny. It's so heartbreaking to see him go the way he did. But no matter what he did to you and us, you owe heaven a responsibility to continually pray for the repose of your husband's soul. It's piety to do so. A grudge can only lead us in the bad direction, and before you know it, you become a necessary tool for the devil. Perhaps God has kept me alive so I could see your face again, and see my grandchildren. I love you, my daughter.